Be Nice Individuals Podcast.
Hey folks, this is Thaddeus on the Be Nice Individuals Podcast here that's filmed at the Flagler Voice Podcast Studio. I have a couple cool guests in the studio from Ultimate Exterior Cleaning Services. I have Eric and Greg in studio. Guys, it's great to have you guys. How are you guys today?
Real good.
So we spoke just briefly off camera about the business. I don't know much about it, and that's where you guys come in to really give me that history. How did it start? What was the kind of the motivator for that?
So the big motivator for me, I would say, as the business owner would be my father, Greg, over there, was in the pool servicing industry for like 20 years here in Palm Coast. And so it's just, I've grown up around businesses and things. So other business owners, as well as just seeing businesses flourish here in Palm Coast. And I just decided that it was time for me to make my own mark.
Yeah. I love that because, like in Palm Coast, and I've mentioned this before in other podcasts, there's not a lot of industry here. There's a lot of restaurants and stuff. And I feel like this is really an area where an entrepreneur, they can really shine and they can bring value to this community and tax dollars and such. I assume you live here. That's just an assumption. Yep. Okay.
Of course.
So now, Greg, tell me kind of how your involvement is with the business.
Well, being in the pool business,
Yeah.
Eric worked with me many summers going through school, and I tried to teach him how to deal with customers, good customers as well as tough customers.
Yeah.
How to deal with problems, problem solving, how to schedule things, doing things the proper way, not taking shortcuts, do it the right way.
Yeah.
So you're not going back, doing it over and over again. If you do it the right way the first time, usually it works out pretty well for you.
Yeah. I feel like in business, the way you treat customers, that either advances you or buries you, because those reviews, especially online, I don't know when you started business, but like now online, those reviews don't go away. Like when did you start business, Greg?
2003.
Okay. So would you say that the online reviews and stuff was as popular back then as it is now? Or?
Oh, it's definitely grown. People pay more attention to it.
Yeah.
Some of them, you have to look at them and they could be real. They could be just somebody with a gripe.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they're positive reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I actually, kind of a sidebar as it relates to that. Since Facebook doesn't verify accounts like they used to, you could have one person that's pissed off and they're created like 5 accounts just to give negative reviews.
Right.
But
Exactly.
that's neither here nor there. It's just my personal issue that I found with Facebook. It's just kind of interesting. But at the same time, that Facebook, so I don't know when Facebook was created, but I feel like it was right around the age I was in college. It just started as a college thing. You had to have like a college email address. And now it's not that at all. It's very expanded.
Oh, gosh.
It's everywhere. It's all over the world.
So for you guys, how important is like Facebook in your business, especially what you were just talking about, how to deal with customers and that outreach?
It's gotten us some business in, and we do Facebook advertising with boosted posts, and that's what seems to work the best. Just to draw people in, draw people towards the page, draw people towards the website, things of that nature.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like for me, it's a way to reach like a broader audience. There's so many people in my profession. I feel like there's so many like realtors and stuff in Palm Coast. I'm not a realtor, of course, but there's so many of the specific type. There's a lot of soft washing companies, and to really stand out, that industry, your online presence, that's super important, and branded ads and stuff like that really helps set you guys apart. So that's cool. Tell me a little bit about the services you guys have and specifically what things you specialize in, if any, like specific things that you kind of gravitate towards.
So specifically what we are trying to push right now currently in the business is the windows and solar panels half of the business.
Okay.
But I love doing driveways.
Okay. Yeah.
They're simple, they're easy. You put down a good amount of sodium hypochlorite, which is basically pool chlorine or bleach, and you hit it with a surface cleaner, and if you put enough down, you know it right away, and if you didn't, you know it right away too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's probably my favorite part, is doing any type of unpainted concrete. But right now we're trying to get more solar accounts in and more window accounts in, that's for businesses and for residential.
Right.
We do all of it.
So I imagine, correct me if I'm wrong, but you go to a really dirty driveway, hit it with the bleach, and it's super satisfying. You write your name.
Yeah.
You write your name, do you?
No,
You can.
but you could.
Yeah.
Could. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but no, I imagine that would be really cool, just satisfying to take like that half of the driveway at least and just clean it pristine, and then the other half. That's great for social media, I imagine,
Oh, yeah.
like that, but just satisfying that you can see that end result right then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So you're getting more into window cleaning though and solar. Tell me more about that. So window cleaning, like squeegee kind of, or just washing the outside? Tell me more about
So
that.
with the windows and the solar, we actually have a system that's made by a company out of Colorado. They make a bunch of window cleaning and solar cleaning products. Tucker USA.
Okay.
It's a purified water system. So it is literally 10 parts per million. This is what the purity usually goes down to, or 5 parts per million.
Okay.
Sometimes 0.
Yeah.
And it leaves a streak-free finish without a squeegee.
Oh, wow.
And for solar panels, you really can't use unpure water on them.
Okay.
A lot of times that actually voids the warranties,
Oh, really?
especially
Yeah.
around here. Yeah, because there's bleach in the water here. People don't
Yeah.
understand that, and that right there, that voids your warranty on the panels usually. So
Yeah. Is it also with like hard water and deposits and stuff just sitting there over time? It's gonna.
oh yeah,
I don't know what you say.
Leaves a residue.
Yeah, it leaves a residue. You're not going to get the same amount of production necessarily because you
no.
got stuff sitting there,
Yeah.
kind of like a car. It's not. It's not ideal. It's not going to help the surface of it.
it's not gonna shine.
Yeah. I see what you did there. You said it's not going to shine. No, you weren't trying to make a pun. Greg got it.
I got it.
Yeah. So with solar, with window cleaning, so that's a broader audience. I think that's a growing thing
Yes.
here in this community, especially solar.
Yes.
So with the window cleaning though, specifically, is it the outside? Do you do the inside too, or just?
Right now we're pushing outside because we don't have the insurance to do the inside.
Okay.
We're not bonded for that.
Yeah.
So we're really trying to stay away from inside. But if I get enough people wanting inside too, I'll get the insurance, man. I mean, you know how that goes.
Hey, there's a demand.
You pay.
Yeah. So is it different insurance for the inside?
You have to get bonded to be inside typically
Oh.
people's houses for that sort of thing. Just in
okay.
case if there's any type of anything breaks or theft, it's bonded work typically.
I understand that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I was in law enforcement for 12 years. I don't know if you know that.
No.
Yeah, so we wore body cams though.
Mhm.
So when we're dealing with people, it's a lot harder. Yeah. You did such and such. Oh, here's the video.
There's the proof.
Yeah. So it's just kind of crazy though that society has kind of gotten to that. That people are so distrusting or just make up some things sometimes, and I'm not saying in every case, but I know that happens, especially when you're inside of a home, and it's just something that you got to protect yourself from. So
Yeah.
I love though that you're moving into that kind of that industry, but bonding. Tell me more about that. I kind of understand it, but is it just like a type of insurance, so to speak?
My dad Greg kind of knows more about that than I would.
Yeah, it protects the homeowner.
Okay.
In case, say we're in the house and we fall
Hmm.
and we're injured and there's going to be medical bills. That relieves the customer of their responsibility
Okay.
for that. Or if something goes missing, uh, it's basically for that. For say you break a chandelier that's worth $5,000.
Okay.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
When I was in the pool business, I had a lot of homes that were in gated communities,
Hmm.
Hammock Dunes, Hammock Beach, $1 million homes.
Right.
And there are some very expensive things inside those homes.
Yeah.
So you want that, and they require it if you're going to be inside the house. So it's good to have it. It's an added security.
Hmm.
It protects the homeowner.
Yeah.
It protects you,
Absolutely.
and it's something that we're moving towards. A lot of the homes that we're doing are high end.
That's good. Yeah.
You got a lot of homes near the ocean, a lot
Oh,
of
yeah.
salt air,
Mm.
and those windows they have to be cleaned a lot because the salt will get into everything,
Yeah.
not just the windows, the lock sets, everything.
Oh, really?
Because the process that we use, we also do the frames.
Okay.
So around the window frames, that gets cleaned too. So it really is a total clean.
Yeah. Now, with you said the salt being near the ocean, is there some type of deposit there that does
Oh, yeah.
damage over time? Or
Oh, yeah.
tell me more
So-
about that.
So it's in the salt air from being so close to the water. I mean, like everybody knows it. I mean, when you get a vehicle that's been near the beach its whole life, it's rusted out down here.
Okay. Yeah.
So the same thing will happen to anything metallic, even stainless steel rusts out there.
Mm.
And so anything metallic out there has to be cleaned more often than you would in per se Orlando, where it's it's landlocked in Orlando. You wouldn't get that at all.
Hmm.
So down here we get a lot of the salt air coming up in the air and the H2O getting on those windows right there. And sometimes during the winter or during the summer when we have a hurricane, it'll throw water up on those houses and stuff. So it gets pretty rusty out there. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've heard before, even with like HVACs and stuff. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
We've had that
they have to be rinsed down in order to last.
like every week.
Really.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys do that too, or?
I mean, we'd take a hose to it. If a customer wants to pay,
Right.
we'll charge a little bit and hose it down for them. I mean, I'm not against anything that makes money pretty much as long as it's on the exterior because that's what we have the insurance for. So,
Yeah. One thing that really also stands out to me with, like, people think pressure washing, and this is kind of the backup.
Yep.
People think, oh, you're blasting a surface, but that's not necessarily true. There's a lot of soft washing and stuff that you do. Can you explain that more?
So basically what soft washing is it's more the chemical application process of where you put the sodium hypochlorite and anything else that's added to it, like a surfactant for sticking. You'd add that to the house, and that's soft washing. And then you'd rinse it down with a pressure washer, but the tips control the pressure.
Okay.
So we have J-rods and they have multiple tips. Some of them are called soap tips, and those you can put your hand right in front of them and open the gun right up on them, and they won't rip your hand up.
Yeah.
That's primarily what we use on painted surfaces and surfaces that'll, break apart easily. Wood, stucco, hardy board, basically anything that's not unpainted concrete gets soft washed in a matter of speaking with a low pressure.
I have to know, and this is something that I'm going to start asking everybody that comes in here. What is your favorite story from what you do? Like I have cop stories.
Yep.
Do you have like some favorite crazy story or something like that?
What would you say ours is? What do you think?
Well, we've done quite a few different things. I wouldn't call it a crazy story, but we may get a house that a homeowner hasn't cleaned in 20 years.
Oh, wow.
And we'll do a complete cleaning,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be in the house, and we'll go do our job, and then they'll come out and they'll look and they'll say, I don't think this is the same house.
Yeah.
It looks like my house, but it is so different because it's clean. You can really see what it looks like.
That's cool.
You'll get that, especially with a roof.
Mm.
A tile roof that hasn't been cleaned in 10 years, it'll have mold and it'll come like new again.
Nice.
And it really, I mean, it's amazing what the process of getting that off. Just sometimes you rinse it off and it just changes the whole look of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I imagine that there would be a really great place too when somebody's getting ready to sell their home.
Yep.
Absolutely.
You get a lot of that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the market's ticking up again, so I'm sure you guys are getting even more busy with that sort of thing. People selling, people buying, all that. Good for business.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you guys let the audience know how you can be reached and basically the best method of contacting you guys?
So the best method of contacting would be to give me a phone call, actually, at the business number 386-597-3251, or visit us on our website. We have a contact form on there. It is info.ultimateexterior, or actually it's ultimateexterior.net. So those are the two best ways to get a hold of us. Call or text on that number is awesome.
Excellent. So today we had Eric and Greg in studio from Ultimate Exterior Cleaning Services. Guys, if you need your driveway cleaned, like if it's looking like a different color than when you bought it, super satisfying job that Eric and Greg can do.
Or sometimes we clean stuff, especially driveways that haven't been cleaned in 15 years, and somebody goes, "Did you pour new concrete?" I had a guy complaining that he had to put sunglasses on now.
Oh,
Because his driveway was so white.
that's a great problem to have. That's a great problem to have. Yeah. So guys, remember to reach out to Ultimate Exterior Cleaning Services. Look, you had that driveway that hasn't been cleaned in a while. It doesn't have to go to 15 years. Please don't let it go to 15 years. But, you know, if it's been a year or whatever, or you've had cars that came through, there's dirt, there's mud, whatever, that's the service they provide. They do window cleaning. They do solar cleaning. They do roofs. They do all that. They can clean all your surfaces for you, make that surface, that house, that driveway, those windows, the solar system, make it all look new so that it lasts a long time. Especially remember, people that live near the ocean, that's salt water, getting up there, rusting surfaces, get them out there to make sure that your investment lasts a lot longer. So anyway, this has been Thaddeus on the Be Nice Individuals podcast, which is hosted here at the Flagler Voice Studio. Again, guys, this is a studio that you can come in and rent out the space for businesses that want to shout out who they are, individuals that have ideas that they want to talk about, political candidates that want to, reach out to their constituents. This is the place for you. And we'll see you next time.